Hello and welcome to another episode of Barlow's TV, your local landscape and garden resource. I'm here in the garden, myself and my little helper Ryan today. So what we're doing is we're going to talk about a fall cleanup. It's going to be the beginning of October where it's time to get those flower beds cleaned out and start planting some fall flowers. So I'm going to go a couple tips on what I like to do in my garden and what you guys should start doing in yours. So right here I have this lantana, beautiful annual. It's been in my garden all summer long. But the first time I have a hard frost or it gets cold, it's gonna die. So I'm gonna start taking it out of the ground now. So when you're ripping your annuals out, what I really like to do is make sure I shake all of the dirt off of them. You know, I wanna leave that nice soil in my garden. So make sure you do that. So that's our first step in cleaning out our flower bed. Second, we're gonna get to cut back some perennials. So hold on 1 minute. As I'm pulling out my annuals, I wanna start cutting back my perennials. So right here, I have this Shasta daisy right here. This is Becky. Gets nice and tall, beautiful Shasta daisy, but now it's time to cut it back because it's just not looking to where I want it to be. So I'm just cutting off these flower stalks. On this Shasta daisy, I'm gonna leave this part right here, and this will stay evergreen throughout the winter. You might have a little bit of dieback, but I'm not gonna cut this one all the way back down to the ground. Now over here, I have my I have some Russian sage, Pravoskia. I'm gonna cut this one all the way back down to the ground. So I'm just gonna cut this all the way back down. Just like that. And I don't really want to leave too much on the top. Keep it nice and neat. So that's the Russian sage I'm going to cut back. Now over here, I have a lavender. This is actually lavender phenomenal. I'm going to leave this. Some lavenders have really, really nice winter interest. So we're going to leave this one right here. So I'm going to leave it like that. It does look really nice. I want to take a step over here. Something else that I just cut back. This is my black-eyed Susan. You can notice I cut this one all the way back down to the ground. I'm gonna leave this green. I might come back in like November to cut the rest out, but this is cut back and good to go to sleep for the winter. Another thing I have here is a grass. Now everyone asks us all the time about grasses. What do I do with grasses in the wintertime? I personally like to leave my grasses. We have these nice plumes here. So what the plumes do is they're seed pods for birds. So I'm gonna leave them and I think they can give me really nice winter interest. I will cut this grass back sometime in March though, so it's important to cut it back in March. I'm gonna work on some things I have to do over here, then we're gonna take a look at cutting back some of my paniculata hydrangeas. So, the never-ending question, hydrangeas, when do I prune them? So in my garden here, I have a paniculata hydrangea. This is called Little Lime. It has kind of the oval type flowers. It is not the macrophyllus, which have the big pom-pom flowers. This one flowers later in the summer and into the fall. This type of hydrangea, you can cut this one back. So this is called Little Lime. I'm gonna cut this one way back. The reason why I'm doing this is because I don't want it to be big and huge next year. So if you do have any questions though, you can always call us about what hydrangeas to cut back, but paniculatas you can cut back now. And the nice thing about these is you can bring them inside, make nice, really nice arrangements and stuff. So I'm gonna cut this one all the way back like this. Pull out some of the weeds that have grown in here. And it'll nice and clean up this whole garden. Now over here, I just want to show you guys something before I get back to this. I have a knockout rose here, right here. And we get the questions all the time. Do I prune my knockout roses now? When do I prune my knockout roses? Now is not the time that we recommend to prune roses. We recommend you prune roses the end of March, beginning of April. We don't want to prune them now because they get something called winter dieback. So if I were to clip it here, new growth could form, and that will be soft growth that the cold temperatures could kill. So I'm going to leave this rose like this through the winter, and in early spring I will prune that back. Hope you guys got some tips out of this little video. I encourage you guys to get out of that garden and clean it up for the fall. Thanks, have a great day. Okay, right, come over here. Okay, here, let's put this down.